Frogan, a streamer who once touched the clouds but now nobody's watching her stream, she's finally responded to her viewer collapse and how she has serious money problems. Not only that, but she has also responded to the claims that her entire online career was borrowed, rented, and never owned. On the other side, Asmongold popped up and roasted the mother of gravity, Frogan, for lying and changing narratives.
I'm gonna be honest, I think the reason why she was successful is that people used her as a token minority. I think that's why she got put in all those shows. They gave her the those awards and everything like that.
While at the same time, Hassan is accusing Asmon of view-botting and gave him a new name, Asmongold. So, here's what actually happened. Frogan explains that her early rise wasn't random. She admits that Hassan helped her massively and changed everything overnight. One moment, she's averaging small numbers. The next, she's swimming in hundreds of viewers. Sounds like a dream, right? Except dreams end with alarm rings, and in this case, the alarm was reality.
I think they're basically using you as like a, like a cartoon character in order for them to, like, you're basically like, you got used by people in order for them to put you in a position to make themselves look good.
When that borrowed momentum faded, so did the audience, and suddenly, the same platform that crowned her quietly walked away. Instead of accountability, Frogan pins her decline on outside forces, racism, politics, being too early on controversial topics, and a lack of support from other big creators.
Because there was a huge virtue signal wave, like during, like whenever she's talking about and following that. And during that virtue signal wave, you had a bunch of people that would bring somebody on like Frogan so they could indicate that they were, like an open-minded, like type of person.
She frames herself as punished for speaking the truth, not for alienating viewers, but the internet, unfortunately for her, has timestamps, screenshots, and a memory longer than Twitch chat during a ban appeal. Viewers didn't leave because of vague opinions, they left after extreme takes, doubled down rhetoric, and zero effort to course correct.
And so you really got used as a mascot for, people that were looking to make themselves look like they cared about minorities. That's the reason why I think you got so much attention back then. And I know it might sound bad to say that, and it might hurt to hear that, but I think it's the truth.
Then comes the money situation. Despite years of Twitch, Frogan admits she couldn't cover a basic medical expense and had to ask viewers for donations. This is where sympathy should kick in, except she previously mocked people for lacking health insurance, turning her current situation into peak internet irony. Karma didn't just knock, it rang the bell, waited, and asked for exact change. Losing insurance, losing income, and losing stability all at once, and instead of reflecting, she leaned harder into moral superiority.
It is, and I don't mean that as a bad way. Like, I actually think that it's a cynical thing that people do, because you're not treating a person like a person, you're treating a person like an outfit. It's like, just because she wears that doesn't make her any more or less of a person. You should judge people on the content of their character.
Things get even messier when Frogan insists she's too qualified for normal jobs because of her education, dismissing retail and service work as beneath her. That stance didn't land well with viewers watching her beg for rent money online. The contradiction is brutal. Claiming elite credentials while e-begging on stream is not the flex she thinks it is. Meanwhile, her loyalty to Hassan becomes clearer. She defends him relentlessly, avoids criticizing him for zapping his dog, and redirects blame everywhere else. It's less friendship and more debt repayment. When someone gives you your entire audience, independence becomes optional and criticism becomes impossible. Enter Asmongold, who responds by dismantling the narrative calmly. He points out that Frogan's popularity spike coincided perfectly with virtue signaling trends, not organic content growth.
But I think that the problem is that after people stop judging you on your outfits, then they started judging you on the content of your character, and that's why your viewership started going down. That's the problem.
Once people stopped judging appearances and started judging behavior, the numbers fell. That's not sabotage, that's audience choice. He also calls out attempts to rewrite past statements as just misunderstood activism, separating support for causes from support for violence. The drama escalates when Hassan accuses Asmongold of view-botting, claiming inflated numbers and fake popularity. This falls apart instantly under basic logic. YouTube growth over years can't be faked at scale, and real-world recognition accusation doesn't come from bots, the accusation feels less like evidence and more like insecurity leaking through the screen. Hassan then openly admits that front page placement and inflated live viewers matter to him, not for engagement but for ego. That movement says everything. Chasing vanity metrics instead of community creates a fragile empire, and when someone else passes you, the reaction isn't growth, it's denial. This entire saga boils down to one lesson: borrowed clout expires. Frogan didn't lose her audience because of injustice, she lost it because she never built one. Watch this video next, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.